Good evening, everybody. What's going on tonight? What's up, Eva? I see you there. Hello. Cheers to you. Good evening, Arcane. Good evening, Dave and Mizroy. Hi, everybody. Happy Saturday. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing lovely. Bob After Dark, good to see you. This is indeed a Power Hour stream, you see. A good one to return to. It is indeed. It is indeed. Hope you've been well. Hope everybody's been well. I had a lovely, mostly lazy day today. We did some shopping and then came back and I played a bunch of Everspace 2 and I beat it. I actually finished Everspace 2 after 60 hours. More specifically, I finished the main plot line. There's still a whole bunch of other stuff I can do in it. I haven't decided if I'm actually going to do it yet, because 60 hours is a long time to spend in a game. For me, in particular. I've always been a bit envious of people that can play games for like one single game for hundreds and hundreds of hours at a stretch. I'm already thinking it's time for a break from Everspace 2, but there's like an entire star system that doesn't unlock until after you beat the main quest in Everspace 2. So there's still plenty of stuff to do in that game. I really enjoyed it. I can say now officially without any reservation, if you are looking for a really fun space flight sim that mixes all kinds of stuff, combat and exploration and puzzles, lots of puzzles, shocking amount of puzzles in that game, some trading, upgrading your equipment as you level up and you find new grades of gear, crafting, I can wholeheartedly recommend it. It was a great time. It scratched a lot of the itches that I try to go back to stuff like No Man's Sky for. It scratched them much more effectively. I feel too strong for Vampire Survivors. I'm taking a break as well so I can start to suck again. Yeah, I beat the Castlevania DLC in Vampire Survivors has two distinct halves, and I finished the first half, and at that point I had logged, well, I mean, let's see here. At that point, I had gotten up to 99 hours in the game. I was like, maybe it's time for a break. Maybe I can relax for a bit. So, yeah, I'm kind of there in Everspace 2 now. 59.4 hours. Finished the main plot. And really, I can come back to it anytime and pick right back up with the exploring and puzzling and stuff. It sounds like sports music. This is from the King of Rally. It's a rally racing game. Kill out Bio-Nazis and finish Quake 2 again. Congratulations. Nice. Nice. I remember the end of Quake 2 actually being kind of neat. The build up to the final boss being kind of cool. Quake 2 didn't have like amazing bosses or anything, but it had neat vibes. Traded heavily on vibes. Oh, we've heard this one. We've heard this one plenty, haven't we? So yeah, I might be in the market for another game to start up. I was trying to figure out what I might be in the mood for. I think I'm enjoying like growing characters right now. So I mean, we're doing RPGs on the channel. We're doing well, we're gonna be doing RPGs and then RPGs. And maybe building and then some RPGs. Arcane, I'm just gonna link you this. Here's what we're listening to tonight. It is a newer mix. I don't think I've played it on the channel before, but you can follow along and find out what everything is. Really choose my automobile as it spins around to that music. Really good menu music, right? Really solid menu music. Yeah. I don't know, I was kind of thinking, play through Still Wakes the Deep. I would do Still Wakes the Deep on the channel. I'm pretty sure that's something that I would want to stream. That's been my struggle for the last 6 years. Is every time I consider playing a game, I'm like, wait, is this something I'm gonna want to stream? So right now, I'm currently debating three rough categories. One is going back to Survivor likes. I could actually go ahead back to Vampire Survivors or Bone Razor Minions and work more on those. 2 is roguelikes. I've got some roguelikes sitting around that I've had installed because I thought I might want to dive deep into them because I haven't yet. And then the third is some kind of like light, fluffy RPG, you know, to provide a nice contrast to the light, fluffy RPGs we're streaming right now. But it popped into my head that I could play Cat Quest 2. Because I played through Cat Quest 1 late last year, I think. Probably not gonna do Uma Musume. Probably not. Play Hollow Cure in general. I would probably be more interested in that if I had any interest in any of those people. There's a key element of Hollow Cure appeal that doesn't quite make it to me, and that is the appeal of the people themselves, because I don't watch any of them. But God knows, there's plenty of stuff that I could wind through on my own. Everspace 2 is very much a lark. Everspace 2 just... I picked it up, and it was this close. It was this close to getting lost in my backlog with hundreds of other games. I was like, nope, I'm gonna give this a try. And 60 hours later, I'm like, damn, that was good. That was really, really... Elite Dangerous. I actually do own Elite Dangerous. I have tried Elite Dangerous. I think Elite Dangerous would be a terrible follow-up to Everspace 2, because Everspace 2 is so loose and arcadey. And Elite Dangerous is so crunchy and simmy. No, nothing about VTubers I find as fun or even better than Vampire Survivors. Yeah, but it's the subject matter of Survivor likes is pretty important to me. I need to be interested in the setting. Otherwise, I'm not gonna get real into it. What's up, Helv? Good to see you. Played some Cat Quest 1 like 6 years ago and started the 3rd this afternoon since we got in the monthly. Thought I'd love it, not really feeling it. It's very... If it's anything like Cat Quest 1, they're very surface level. They're very, very straightforward. Like the Cat Quest 1, you're leveling up so that you can get into tougher dungeons, so that you can level up more and get more stuff and move on to other dungeons and stuff. And there's a loose story and side quests hung over that. A small bit of exploring you can do, but they are very shallow RPGs, and that's not a bad thing. Sometimes that's what you need, but yeah. Vampire Survivors defined the genre, Hollow Cure refined it. Maybe we'll see someday. Maybe. But yeah, I'll certainly let y'all know what I end up doing. Oh! I forgot a thing. I forgot a thing that I need to mention, and I probably need to do right now, in fact. Y'all want to do a community night this month? I forgot when I got back from Japan to start the ball rolling on a July community night. Exactly. Sometimes you have to come back to games in a different mood. Bone Razor Minions refined the genre by putting lots of boner jokes in it, which is really all I needed. That was the direction that I wanted things to go in, and I got my wish. So yeah, let me do that. Let me go ahead and post up a thing in community night so y'all can start. Because right now I just need volunteers to run thing. Now I have to pick a clever emote for the thing. Where did deer come from? That's weird. There we go. Alright, I made a post in Discord. If you want to run the July community night, get in there and slap an emote on it. Good evening, Deep Thought. Good to see you. Glad you're here. Glad you made it. So yeah, I'll probably be pretty quick turnaround on this. I'll probably pick somebody to get things rolling on Monday, I guess, and then we'll target the last Friday of the month. There's only 3 Fridays left in July, I realized, because I was starting to think about what kind of features I'm going to want to cram into this month. It feels like it's been a long time since we did everything. I think the last regular Friday feature we did was Master System Odyssey. So I might need to spring some Curator Connect games on y'all this month. Or dig some stuff out of the request spreadsheet for a wheel of that nature. Good evening, Worst Elephant. Good to see you. Glad you're here. I was just informing everybody that we've started the process for the July Community Night. If you want to volunteer to run the July Community Night, because I always need somebody to do it, you can get in Discord and follow the announcement I just made in the Community Night channel to volunteer. And we'll get going on that. So, speaking of getting going on that, I'll remind you of the upcoming schedule. There's really nothing out of the ordinary, but it is my way. I do this every night, except Sunday, because I don't stream on Sunday. So yeah, no stream tomorrow, because I don't stream tomorrow. Monday, Atelier Aisha is back. She returns in fine form, I'm sure, with all of her besties. That is a democratic playthrough, so love it or hate it, you need to show up either way so you can vote to either continue it or can it. I have no information to share with you on what will come after Atelier Aisha, so I invite you to vote solely on the merits of the game itself. What's up, Azajosh? Yeah, we're in danger. Atelier Aisha may continue through Tuesday and Wednesday, or it may not. Depends on how the votes go. Power Hours next week, Thursday and Saturday. I think Power Hours is going to be pretty regular for a while. I don't think we're going to be needing or wanting any breaks. But all such claims are subject to change. And then next Friday, we'll see. Might be a regular feature, Curator Connector, wheel of some kind, or I might... I had a thought. I'm gonna debate it with myself over the weekend. What remains of the weekend? I might want to do a special request night next week, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Everything I do on this channel is basically at the whims of my moods. So. Anyway, chat, let's get to the magazine. Let's see what we can accomplish tonight. See how far we can go. Perhaps we can survive the Epic Center. I'm surprised nobody's mentioned the big one here. It's right there. Right there. And nobody's made a single comment on it. Like, are y'all already acutely aware that it's just a few months away? Yep. Chrono Trigger, page 36. This is the first real sighting of Chrono Trigger in the magazine, and it is a full-fledged 2-page preview of what it turns out is going to show up in just 2 or 3 months. 120 types of worship, 60 types of playing, 20 subs, 10 tanks, 1 epic strategy game, Pacific Theater of Operations 2, in fact. What we know now is Admiral's Decision in Japan. This time it's personal. So yeah, the Epic Center this month. Okay, keep in mind, they basically popped out an Epic Center special for Earthbound at the front of the magazine. So the Epic Center this month is just the news page, a 2-page spread on Chrono Trigger, looks like 6 pages on Rise of the Phoenix, and then a couple pages on exclusively for Illusion of Gaia strategies. So if you count Earthbound, they're featuring 4 games this month. But I mean, consider chat. June of 1995 in Nintendo Power, they have a full feature on Earthbound and a full preview of Chrono Trigger. Arguably 2 of the biggest RPGs on the Super Nintendo, found in the same magazine. Illusion of Gaia is a straight Russian roulette game, which is wild. Dude, we were losing our minds when we got to that. I had never played Illusion of Gaia until we got to it. Well, no, that's not true. I had Illusion of Gaia, and I played it up until, I think, the vampire boss fight, which is not very far in the game. So I hadn't beaten Illusion of Gaia until we got to it in the magazine and I streamed it, and oh my god. Yeah, the Russian roulette game, the pig was like, that's where it jumped the shark for me. That's where I was like, oh my lord. I could barely contain myself at that point. But we got through it, and it was one to remember. It was one for the books. Yeah. So eventually we're gonna get around to Terra Enigma and finish that particular Enix trilogy off. But yeah, it was something. So let's first talk about Tecmo entering the world of RPGs, because I know some folks around here were excited about this. Huge fan of Soul Blazer? Me too. I really liked Soul Blazer. I had a really, really good time with that. When Tecmo showcased its new RPG last winter at CES, the game had no finished title. Now Tecmo has finished development and dubbed the new adventure Secret of the Stars. Tecmo sees this game as an introductory RPG. First red flag. They are right on target. The gameplay will remind veteran adventurers of the first Dragon Warrior game. Second red flag. And they may not find enough innovation, story, or challenge to keep up their interest. So even Nintendo Power acknowledges it. Characters, environments, all have the stripped-down, blocky appearance of Dragon Warrior and early RPGs. I mean, I don't want to be mean, chat. I never like to be mean. I'm a very good-natured person. And I certainly, as somebody who holds the entire Game Boy aesthetic near and dear to their heart, so much so that I splurged on a Playdate, mind you. I'm not going to criticize, like, simple retro graphics on their own. However, in 1995, when your game, your fledgling RPG, is getting sandwiched between Final Fantasy III, what we now know as Final Fantasy VI, Earthbound, and Chrono Trigger, you probably don't want it to look like a last-gen game. I hope that Nintendo Power could have picked a more flattering screenshot for Secret of the Stars than that, but it ain't giving me much hope. Can't believe someone wrote multiple paragraphs about Secret of the Stars. The strength of Stars lies elsewhere in the simplicity of play. Novices of the RPG category won't have any trouble picking up on the flow of this game right from the start. You begin your quest for the Crest of Stars already equipped with a knife and cloth suit. They're actually bothering to mention your initial starting gear in this, which is really no different from your starting gear in any other RPG. The initial messages leave no doubt as to where you should go, what you should do next, or where you should go. Enemies on the island where you begin the game are also suited to a novice player. The goal of the game is to become an... I really don't know how to pronounce this word. Acutalian? Because it's A-Q-U-T-A. It's not Aquatalion. It's Akutalion Knight. And defeat the evil Homuncrews, ruler of darkness. Although the story may not break new ground, it's straightforward and gives players a good grounding in basic RPG game flow. But we've tried this, is the thing. we've seen Final Fantasy Mystic Quest hit and sputter out. I guess Tecmo just wasn't paying attention or anything. Final Fantasy 3 Oathbound, Chrono Trigger, murder. Yeah, absolute murderers row of JRPGs. Like arguably the big three. Like what RPG? Serious question. Serious question. I'm not inviting conflict here. I won't argue with you. Unless your answer is really shitty. What SNES RPG would you put ahead of any of those three? Like, what is your argument that Final Fantasy 3, Earthbound, and Chrono Trigger are not the top three on the SNES? Is there something I'm forgetting? Is there something I'm missing? Does Aquata? On top of the user-friendly additions, the Secret of the Stars is the Explain option. If you choose Explain when you enter a shop and select an item, a message appears describing how to use that item. You also find... Okay, quick aside, that actually seems like a really good addition for an RPG, because a lot of old RPGs just have item shops with a bunch of suspiciously named items, and you just kind of gotta experiment. Probably nothing. Earthbound had vibes as far as actually playing. I prefer Lufia 2. That's interesting. I'd easily put Seiken Densetsu 3 above at least Earthbound. Hang on one sec, chat. Shut up, Eva. I promise. Right hand to God. Right hand to God. Totally unrelated. I promise you. I promise you. Luffy 2 is a good one. Final Fantasy 4 and 5. Didn't play Earthbound, so I have no nostalgia for it. I mean, I haven't really gotten into Earthbound yet. Like I said, I played it a bit in college. I got through like the first dungeon in it and then got distracted by something else. So I can't really comment on Earthbound's quality myself. I know how influential it was, and I know how disastrous its marketing was. So that's enough to stay my hand on making any real evaluations of it, but based on its reputation. I haven't played all the way through Earthbound now. In fact, I've played very little Earthbound. In fact, I haven't played it in 20 years. I haven't played it in about 20 years. And even then, I only played a couple hours of it. Final Fantasy V is a good contender. I don't think it counts. It wasn't available in the West for a long time. Yeah. Yeah, Seiken Densetsu 3 and Final Fantasy V. I mean, I certainly appreciate y'all bringing them up, because I would agree they're very strong contenders too. But yeah, for the Western audiences at the time, yeah. Don't worry. As a Josh, sometime in the coming months ahead, I'm going to play Earthbound, since we got to it in the magazine. It's just I'm doing other stuff on my full playthrough nights right now. So once I clear the deck of some things, I'll be getting to Earthbound. As a Genesis kid, I had Phantasy Star 3. Oh, Fury. What's up, $10? Good to see you. I think Earthbound is the best SNES RPG. It's quietly one of the most important. Yes, its shadow is long indeed. I am actually very eager to play it. Because quality-wise, I don't know what to say about it, you know? Obviously, it's very important. Obviously, it's hugely influential. Arguably more influential than a lot of the other games we've discussed. But yeah, I don't actually know how it plays. When I play, I mean not want to see the rest of the series, yeah. No, I feel you on that. I feel you on that. I mean, keep in mind, my first Resident Evil ever was Code Veronica. It's a miracle I was willing to give it another shot with RE4 after that. But fortunately, I gave RE4 a shot after that, and I was like, oh, okay. It's actually good. Oh yeah, Shining Force 2! Without the battery working. Oh no! Oh, that's heartbreaking. This is a long game, too. We did Shining Force 2, and it took a while. Oh, there's really cool mechanically is the rolling HP system. Oh yeah! Yeah, I didn't remember that from playing it, but people mentioned it to me when we were dinking around, that yeah, you can actually key in commands while your HP is shifting. Pretty cool. While they're old enough now that a lot of people have not played any of these games, I mean, a lot of these games came out before a lot of people were born at this point, and a lot of them are not actually available on any easily accessible system or platform, you know? Big reason, huge reason why I do the Power Hours, you know? Plenty of these games, and plenty of the most notable games that we play on here are accessible through Nintendo Switch Online service, or they've been ported or remastered on Steam. But a lot of this, like, there's nowhere that you could play Tecmo's Secret of the Stars except on emulator, right? I'm pretty sure that one's not readily available anywhere. I'm not convinced it is hugely influential aside from Undertale. What are we giving it credit for? Like, I'm not exaggerating when I say when I say Earthbound is like the Silent Hill of indie RPGs. Like, obviously it influenced Undertale, obviously. Like, as Justin Brett said, Lisa. More obscure games like Jimmy and the Pulsating Mass. One of the direct influences of Earthbound is a tiny little obscure game called Pokemon. Oh, Direct Descendants. Tecmo's Secret of the Stars. RPG-wise, I had Mystic Quest Legend. I went from there to Secret of Mana and Lufia 2. And after Lufia 2, I didn't really need any more RPGs on SNES. That's so interesting. But no, I actually, you know, I get what you're saying, too. Because I had Final Fantasy 2, what we now know as Final Fantasy 4, and Secret of Mana, and Final Fantasy 3, what we now know as Final Fantasy 6, and Chrono Trigger. And after that, I didn't need any more RPGs, which is why I never really dipped into Lufia or, like, I don't know, Paladin's Quest or the crunchier, like, PC-style ones. I heard Earthbound get doubted as a major influence for Western indie RPGs. I'm here. Lufia 2 is the best deep cut. But yeah. Yeah, that's why we're here, chat. That's why we're here. To discuss the issues that matter, to play the games that would otherwise be lost to the sands of time. I'm here for the experiences. Western influence of these games that wear it on their sleeve is fairly new, but the effect on Japanese game dev runs deep. Wouldn't Earthbound have also been an influence for Japanese RPGs like Moon? Because I remember that game had a pretty strong, like, very much, yeah, okay. Here to have fun, talk shit, and have fun with games. Hell yeah. Anyway, I got distracted when I was talking about the explain option in shops. You'll also find friends to help in your quest. Unlike most traditional RPGs, the friends are controlled individually and not as a unified party. This means that you have to go back and forth between characters. You must also build up experience levels of characters individually. It makes for a lot of repetitious backtracking. It also means you don't have to keep all your eggs in the basket. What do you mean? What? I don't see the advantage there. Tecmo Secret of the Stars may not be for everyone, but if you're new to RPGs or like an easy RPG romp, look for this newbie in the next month or two. Oh. The band is hugely influential in how retro sprite-based portrayals the US, which of course struck a nerve with sprite-based indie RPG makers from the US. What game is this song from? This is from... This is from Chinhai, which I think is one of those mahjong tile matching games that we haven't gotten to yet. And maybe never will, because it might not have escaped Japan. Japan West influence changed kind of wild, given how big an influence wizardry was on JRPGs. Oh yeah, it's really neat when you start digging deep and seeing it go like both directions too. What's up, Shadows? Good to see you. Omori, Yumi, Nikki, 8 Melodies from Other Ones, literally part of the Japanese elementary school music. Tecmo Secret of the Stars for no one if you want a beginner JRPG. That's just Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. And I gotta be honest with you. Final Fantasy Mystic Quest is not that great. It's just... I played it. I played it based on the fond memories I had of it from my childhood, and it was rough going. I was so ready for that game to be done by the time we got to the end of it. So... It is not... I don't find it to be a particularly good entry in baby's first RPG. The problem... Chat. The problem with trying to make baby's first RPG is that you really don't have to. RPGs, by their nature, get more complicated as they evolve. And I think you can make a very, very strong case that if you want an entry-level RPG from this era, I'm talking specifically from this era, go back and play like original Dragon Quest. You have one character to worry about, you have a very small world map, you have a very small selection of spells and items. It will get you nice and acclimated to what you're going to be doing in later Dragon Quests and later Final Fantasies and all of that. Technically, Dragon Quest is meant to be baby's first Ultima, designed as baby's first RPG in its own way, and does a good job of that. Yeah. I mean, now we live here in the future. I'm sorry, I never get tired of saying that. Where any game can be baby's first game because we tutorialize and exemplify everything so clearly. But yeah, for this period, I think these companies that were trying to make really accessible, like novice-focused RPGs were missing the mark. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I am so intensely curious about Secret of the Stars. I'm just gonna try it. Whether or not y'all request it, I'm gonna check it out anyway. But I do want to read this little bit on PTO too, because I gotta play PTO too. Favorite deep cup RPG is Nindo. Did we look at that? I'm trying to remember. I feel like Final Fantasy IV Chrono Trigger are the best entry points. Few special systems to worry about, not that difficult. Final Fantasy IV, I think, is a really good one. Final Fantasy IV does a really, especially the American version, does a real good job of like guiding the player along for, I mean, the majority of the game, really. They set your party for you. They do a good job shuffling you along to where you need to go. What's up, Satellite? I feel like I've been hit the head with a 2x4 or a sack of bricks or a 13-hour game. Oh, yes. How was Mega Civ? Spill the beans. Final Fantasy 3 had a room where a bunch of characters explained the game mechanics to you, speaking of tutorialization. Yeah, Final Fantasy games had those little, like, beginner schools. I know they did from Final Fantasy 4. I know in the town of Baron, there's a school where you can learn a bunch of stuff. So I assume it's in 5, it's in 6. I think it's been in, like, every Final Fantasy since then. I don't know if it goes back any further. It's not in 1. There's no tutorial house in 1. But I don't remember if Japanese 2 or 3 have them. You shit on this game so hard. The thought process at least makes sense. They saw RPGs were such a smaller slice of pie in Western markets compared to Japan. They wanted the genre get more popular in general and justify more localization. It does make sense. It's just, it's a shame that they could not understand what made an RPG popular here. It's just a shame that they didn't have that particular insight. Where you don't need to make an easy RPG, you need to make a good one. And for some reason, when it comes to RPGs, at least from this era, like simple and easy is completely incompatible with good. It's very weird. Had a lot of fun. I'm glad for the experience. I'll be sticking to 1 to 3 hour going forward. Kill each other. You got an ad for Dianet? No, I got nothing to do with that. I would turn off. I would burn and bury and salt and burn again every ad on Twitch if they allowed me to. I apologize wholeheartedly for every ad you have ever had to watch on this channel. I am so sorry. I wish so much I could turn them off. I was left out 7 was framed as Cloud explaining the mechanics to a House of Orphans. Yeah, that was cool. That was pretty cool. Reason people remember Final Fantasy 7. Keeping ads for vitiligo medication. I have no idea. Anyway, let's talk about PTO 2 heading for port. Koei reports that PTO 2 is steaming full speed ahead for a release this fall, probably in November. The team at Koei has also provided a list to Epic Center of the changes that have been made between the original PTO and the new Naval War strategy game. Oh boy! Here's some of the stats for PTO 2. 24 megabits, don't care. Battery back memory, I guess that's cool. 1 or 2 players, that's interesting. 3 campaigns and 7 short scenarios. 100 officers, 120 types of warships, 60 types of planes, 20 types of subs, and 10 types of tanks. The map is twice as large as the PTO map and now includes India, Australia, and the US. Atlantic Coast, along with 70 bases and 100 posts. All this plus upgrade graphics should make PTO 2 the ultimate war sim for the Super NES. And I'm sure all 7 people who played it really appreciated that. PTSD 2. Stevie's right. Got a local ad for College Aid featuring a middle-aged woman doing very amateur rap once. No need to apologize for that one. Can I finally see Koei and Tecmo next to each other on the same page before the... Oh, right. That's right, they merged. That's so funny. We get to play paid time. I got Fury, I get you. It's fine. I'm afraid I won't be streaming that one. Apologies, chat. Koei Tecmo tonight, Koei Tecmo on Monday. I played off on PC 98. All right. It's so weird to hear this music and not hear the of magic. So is it... It's literally Tecmo Secret of the Stars. That's so funny. Says OnlyFans page blue plated games. All right, chat. Nobody asked for this, but we're doing it anyway. I apologize for nothing. It's like hearing Mega Man boss themes without the deafening beep and their HP showing up on the screen. Yup. What? Oh, it's you. I know you're here daily. Do you like my books that much? If you want, feel free to read any of the books from the bookcase. Is this just... I'm sorry. Oh my god, I think it loaded directly into the game. Like, no menu or anything. Kind of ahead of its time in that respect. I see you picked that book. I guess you like adventures. That's the most exciting adventure story I ever had and wrote about. I found the best friends in my life through that adventure. Oh, is this like a framing device? Yes, there really are stars of hope. It's already garbage. I'm of the opinion Ninja Gaiden is canon to Atelier, and the reason you never see big evil villains in their worlds is because Ryu Hayabusa killed them all. Is it loud? I can pull it back a little bit. I don't want to pull it back too much because this part's quiet. Tecmo! Secret of the Stars. Translation is very much some guy went from a Japanese English dictionary and translated it literally word by word. Translation of the more words. They have airplanes. That's neat. This is a nice title screen. What's our name, chat? Give me a name worthy of the Secret of the Stars. Can't tell what the character limit is. Ass. Perfect. It's 6 character limit, so sure. That airplane can't reach the stars. Alright, we're in it to win it. I have buttons. I am ass. Why did you put the... They put the menu on B button. That's weird. Mag. Item. Equ. Knife. Clissuit. Shoes. Stat. Status of ass. What is my ass status? My ass is okay. I can set... Oh. Oh my god, it's a 2-button game. Holy shit. I can't swap yet, chat. Oh, good morning. It looks like it's going to be a nice day today. Are you still searching for the crest of stars? That crest was your father's. It's very precious to you. Why are you telling me it was precious to me? Hope you find it. Be very careful. We have many earthquakes lately on the island. The earthquakes have caused many wild animals to inhabit this island. How the fuck does that make any sense? How do earthquakes spawn animals? Or it's making them riot. I found a plum plum. I got a plum plum. I got 50 gold. That's probably our life savings. Why is XP till next level translated as later? What? Oh, yeah. HP, MP, EP, later. Later game. How does anything spawn animals? Cute house. Hi. How's Miss Sonia doing this morning? What? She didn't sleep well? No wonder she's cranky. I hate it when that happens. Perfectly octagonal pool here. Good morning, ass. You know, it may be a good idea for you to go to Licado. There is a journeyman there. I might be able to help you. Plum plum is the island specialty. This fruit is very delicious. Would you like one? Yes. Try eating them when you feel weak. They will give you strength. Okay. Yeah, nothing hidden in the well, unfortunately. Alright, so this is that screenshot from Nintendo Power. Looks a little bit better here, but still. Graphics aren't really doing this game any favors. Alan's actual specialty is puff. We never leave. This is the town of Licado. As far in the game as I got ass! A short time ago, I heard an evil voice coming from the volcano. It sounded like someone was laughing. Hey, ass, what's up? Later. Dude, the characters totally look like higher color Final Fantasy 1 sprites. I was thinking like Star Tropics map. Mikado, what, my dude? What have you heard of Haman Cruz? I've heard that he is the evil monster who is trying to rule our world. Haman Cruz is meant to be homunculus? Oh my god, I just threw that out. Oh my god, I'm here for the quest of ass. Not the quest for ass. Important distinction. The quest of ass. There's a strange German staying in that house over there. I'm not sure, but he speaks of something called Kustera and Akutalian. I hate that word. I hate that word so much. Akutalian. No idea how they somehow got to Haman Cruz. Yeah, it's so weird. Will somebody tell me a fairy tale? Nope. Sucks to be you, old man. I can't believe this is only a 2-button game. It literally only uses B and A. None of the other buttons do anything. That's crazy to me. What's up, 2-Hit? How you doing? Ass? Yeah, man. I'm here for it. My name is David of Kustera. Your father was the great Akutalian. Ass! Haman Cruz's evil power is increasing. Our world will be consumed by darkness if he has not stopped. You must seek out the Crest of Stars soon, then you can be called Akutalian Warrior. Only when you become the Akutalian will you be able to defeat Haman Cruz. The Crest of Stars is located somewhere in the mountain. Hurry! Ass! Hurry! Now the sprites make me literally wonder this game was supposed to be a Famicom game for us. I was just wondering the same thing. Yeah, did they actually start this for the Famicom and then realized all the money, like they had missed the boat and all the money was on the Super NES now, so they just upscaled everything. Okay, we need a name. Our poo and ass taken? Yes. Fuck. Fuck is not taken. Have you named your dad's name Warrior? What have you heard of Oh yeah, I've talked to him. Yeah. Yeah, Haman Cruz is a Republican. We got it. I think I talked to you? Yep. Ass. A short time ago. Can't for you to travel somewhere people don't know you. I warn you, don't venture out alone. Those monsters are running wild out there. Space Ghost ass to ass. Kitty! Meow. Meow. I'm just your everyday normal cat, not... Oh. I'm Cat Boo. You, I don't like the way you look. I'll beat you. I guess ass will fight. Okay. Cat Boo's turn to attack. Ass was damaged by 6 hit points. Ass's turn to attack. I did 8 damages. Ass was damaged by 5 hit points. Man, that is rough. Go and prepare your name. We'll go from ass to ghost. Did 9 damages. Nice. I think I need... Oh, it's fight, item, plum plum. I'll stick a plum plum in my ass. Ass use the plum plum. All of Ass's HP restored. That's a pretty good healing item. Ass's turn to attack. 9 HP damages. The boss in this is called the Clarkin. Is there really? Yes! Victorious! I mean, won the battle. Got 16 EP and 6 gold. Ass reached level 2. Found Plum Plum, got Plum Plum. I broke even on Plum Plums. I'll never forget your face. Well, that was fucked up. Oh my god, PM Collector Boy. I stole this old lady's gold. Something I misremembered is you got 16 golds. You are definitely remembering. Yeah, there's definitely old school RPGs out there that do that. Hello, Ass. How is Miss Sonia doing? I'm really proud of her because she cared for you after your parents passed away. Passed away, not passed. Faxanadu. Oh, Faxanadu uses gold. Lately, those homeless cats have been fighting. Can you help me? I did. I hear that there's a cave somewhere on this island. There are also stories of ghosts living in a lost cemetery. I hear... This volcano brought to you by Jeep brand. If that is so, then the earthquakes in the volcano have made monsters run wild. You've heard of the Jeep brand Cherokee. Get ready for the Jeep brand volcano. Let's see. A shirt sword? That doesn't sound like it hurt much. Critical indictment by the engine sound of Jeeps. Cliff suit, left suit, hard suit, no mole hat. Nice. I like my no mole hat. So the no mass performances where you're no, I haven't. This is no place for kids. Leave now. Ass, my oh my. Ass, my oh my. It's been a long time since I've seen you. I haven't seen my ass in years. AVGN World. I see you've grown to become a great adventurer, like your father once was. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for somebody to be like, Ass, you've gotten so big. Your father was a proud and brave man indeed. Somewhere out there, your father rests in peace. It is unfortunate that the final resting place of such a great man remains undiscovered. Can I ask you a question? This is a bunny girl, isn't it? This is a girl in a bunny outfit. Stop acting thick, Ass. Oh, well, kids can't play here. No puff puff for us. Who is this kid? This is the what shop? The item shop. I can get bread, antidotes, and rat tails. Well, explain this shit to me. Food recovers some or all of your HP. Cure item, unpoisoned your body. Rat tail, after using it, you can escape from the cave, and so on. And so on. This is supposed to be... Maybe he's supposed to be drunk? Hard to tell, honestly. I'm Uncle Save. I travel around the world recording great adventures past. This was the guy from the intro. Will you tell me about your adventure? Yes. Alright. Would you like to continue your adventure? I would, actually! I can't stop without exploring good old Jeep Volcano. Love how his house has a portrait of his face on it. How else would you know it's him? Alright, so we're looking for a cave. On this big, dumb island. Oh no. 2 hedgehog! Ass's turn to attack. 14 damage to the hedgehog. Eliminated hedgehog. Ass dodges attack. You can't hit my ass. Not making the obvious joke. I'm avoiding it. This hedgehog's out of anxiety. So you can't climb. Oh. What is this? This is such a Dragon Quest cave. Slimes! Get him, ass! One HP. 1 HP. Yep, they weren't allowed to make the slimes cute. NCS is exactly as mature as this game deserves. Eris Shrine. Buh? The whole soundscape in this game is very Dragon Quest. Am I wrong here? Does this not sound a ton like NES Dragon Quest? Unironically, they look like Yuji Hori's initial concept art for slimes for Toriyama made the ones we know. Mind you, Hori literally can't draw by his own admission. Become Akutalian, ass. My son, ass. Your task is become an Akutalian and beat Haman Cruz, ruler of darkness. Fine. This might accidentally be the best game in history to put a joke name in. Toriyama in an interview says he likes doing art for Dragon Quest, particularly because Hori admits he himself can't draw for shit. He basically has infinite freedom on designs. We are children. That's why it's so fun. Found Ash's new wallpaper. Beedly beedly bee. Pew 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 pew. I got the star crest. I found it. I found the Secret of the Stars. We're done. Ass became pennon. Sure. Finally, you are pennon. No, I'm ass. This is only the first step to become a saint warrior of Akutalian. Even though you are a pennon, you are still a kid. Whenever you get into trouble, feel free to call us for help at any time. We Kustera can switch and fight for you at any time. First, go destroy the Haman Cruz follower who lives in Jeep Volcano. Jeep Volcano is an entrance to the nearby mountain. Let's fight together until we destroy Haman Cruz. David joined me. Okay. He left a tent. Oh. I found the red fountain. Weird. Jeep Volcano is the second best term in the game. Yeah. Totally uncommented upon pool of blood. 2 pigmans. Are you sure they're pigmans? Just asking for a friend. Uh-oh, can't one-shot him. What I'll piece of this is that the entire game's story scans, inexplicable things just happen and nobody talks about it. Sharp hit. Crits are apparently called sharp hits. Ass reached level 3. Learned to heal level 1. Found knife, got knife. But I have a knife. Two red slimes. Can I just put this on auto? I don't think anything else really matters. Ass used white. That is the moral of the story. And apparently, you don't get party members in this game. You can just swap between characters you have access to. Can I do that right now? Oh my god. Oh, that's what... Oh my god, that's what Nintendo Power meant. Oh my god. Okay, kind of cool that each character apparently gets their own battle music. This seems weird and probably broken. You can swap from your Akutalian party or your Kustera party. So, okay, so you do get parties, but you have 2 separate... Yeah, go ahead, Shadows. Okay. But I mean, that really does mean unless the game shuffles them around for you, you have to do essentially everything in this game twice, right? One of the minor villains is literally named Bad Bad, who has an army of bad men who use dog pills to turn the town of the Bee Gees to dogs. Are you sure you didn't just have a stroke when describing that? Nobody comments on how fucking good this is. I swear to God, this is an actual plot point. There's some one-party only dungeons from what I've read, but otherwise, yes, each party develops individual. That is insane. His lair is called Bad Bad House. You're making this game sound like somebody wanted to make their own Earthbound, but just had no idea how to do it. This encounter rate's kind of fucked too. Like the encounter rate seems highly randomized. Like it doesn't seem like there's really any minimum number of steps before you get another encounter. But it can also be really long. It's absurdism, the game under the mask of generic as fuck Dragon Quest clone. I have no idea how to react. David reached level 2. $50 damage, Jesus. Jesus. Almost a Jeep volcano. I should need to stop off at home, I think. When you hear people being dogs, you get the status message of scat the dog pill, which I have no fucking clue what that means. Remember Final Fantasy? I do remember Final Fantasy Hall of Giants. My god, do I ever. Just occurred to me, is there an inn? Or is it healing items only? No, sleep on the ground. Alright, Uncle Save, do your thing. I am now level 3 ass. Okay, as much fun as it would be to play Secret of Stars for the rest of the night, I'm sure. Let's put this one to bed so we can move on with our lives. Well, the NPC says I like being a dog, change me back. See you later. Probably not. Alright. We have another game to play on this page. Paid time off. The return. Son of the revenge of the return of the paid time off. It might have been the dumbest thing we've done. It's definitely up there. That was something. We're gonna get a sequel down the road. Not on Super Nintendo, as far as I know. Probably thinks it's almost so bad it's good. That is the kind of game. I wonder. Tecmo sequel to Stars. I wonder. It doesn't seem quite Faria level of so bad it's good. But we were early days in it. PTO is honestly a low-key good game. Ooh. That's a really good sprite art right there. In fact, one of the staff members went on to be on Ubisoft sales team and work on Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I've learned through this channel and other avenues just how long some people stay in the game industry, and it's pretty remarkable. And then incredibly tragic when you hear things like somebody who just got laid off at Microsoft this week worked on the SNES Star Wars games. Wow, that's a big ass map. Oh my god! We got Day of Infamy, the Brink of War, Counteroffensive approaching V-Day, Southern Operation Battle Midway, US-Australia Plan, Operation Ago, Battle at the Elite, the final days. Yellow are campaign scenarios. Okay, the Brink of War. Yeah, Assassin's Creed, the OG Ezio game still up pretty well. Oh, the 2s, yeah? Some old save files. Alright, 1932, Japan seized Manchuria and established a new puppet regime called Manchukoku. Following their blueprint for the Greater East Asia Prosperity Sphere, Japan sought complete control over East Asia. They waged the China Incident and advanced in the French and Indonesian territories. The expansionist policies adopted by Japan brought them into direct conflict with the U.S. Immediately responded with both economic and military action by creating an oil embargo and moving command of the Pacific Fleet to Hawaii. Negotiations for peaceful settlement were open, but by November 41, they had deadlocked, and the U.S. had delivered an ultimatum with its hull notes. Japan was prepared to make a final and fatal decision. I did deep thought. I have never had cause to say that name out loud in my entire life. I'm not a real big World War II history buff. I have a suggestion: Metal Marines. We messed around with Metal Marines a bit. It was a couple issues back. Okay, genuine question. Do you want to see me play this, or should I turn on a demo game? Because I am going to be terrible and useless at this. Demo. Yeah, let's see how this is supposed to. Let's see what Japan's gonna do. Well, if it's a demo, let's do advanced. Difficulty levels. Wow. National income, production time, espionage level, and conferences. Conference difficulties? If you didn't obsessively watch those History Channel things as a kid, I guess you wouldn't hear it, yeah. Sure, let's do it. We can only turn on demo game for all your playthroughs. Yes! This is fine. I mean, cool that it has this option, frankly. Really cool, in fact. Like it was made for streaming. Ordering fleets. SNES games are a lot of fun. Limitations breed creativity. SNES is, and I think always will be, my favorite game console. I love so many of the games on it, and I love the overall feel of SNES games. I love the color palette. I love the soundscape. I love everything about it. Pretend like you're playing it so you can do the real streamer experience. Nothing's happening yet, though. Oh, I guess this is it, huh? Ordering ass. So I guess it's not actually showing us the individual moves. It's just like, yeah, we're sending fleets around. We're executing orders. Oh! There's a report from they've detected an enemy fleet. 8 enemy ships, including carriers. Executing plan phase orders. I'm not sure anything's actually gonna happen. Strange base war room scenario. I think Axis and allies on steroids had the US and UK fleets separated by Australia and New Zealand at the start. Are we done here yet? I may start over an actual game just to see the things that happen, just to like push some things around, push some buttons. If there's no battle or anything soon. Okay, yeah. I'll go in and push a few buttons. Yeah, apparently we don't get to see the computers actually do anything. New game. Ring of War. Yep. Play as Japan. As a beginner. Messages. I think this is all fine. Yes. Okay. Commander Yamamoto. Today the task force led by Vice Admiral Chuichi Nagumo cast off and head for Pearl Harbor. Other fleets at port will soon set sail for their respective missions. Mission must succeed in order for us to gain the advantage in this war. The fate of our empire lies in this battle. I want everyone to be prepared. Not coy enough, we didn't need to buy rice for our ships. Gotta stockpile rice. Oh my god, we're so fun. Alright. We've made it to the move phase. You can fix damaged ships at bases that have docks. Alright, oh Lord in heaven. What are we doing? Hooray. Okay. Fleet as fuck. Alright, first fleet. Ready to attack, waiting for further orders. Fix, organize, supply, debark, depart, order. Order. Move, supply, engage, strike, shell, land, patrol, attack, anti-sub. Engage, strike, shell, and attack are all separate commands. That's fucking wild. Can I order it to attack the port that it's in? I guess not. Though you need some military training to play this game. The fuck is even going on? I'm just gonna see what all these do. There are no shops that need to be dry docked, ships that need to be dry docked. I can change their formation. I've got 2 BBs. Oh my god, is this a Death Stranding prequel? You know, manual, don't get to see anything. Depart. Please enter the course. You cannot pass through land. How am I supposed to... Okay, whatever. So we got Fleet, Air Force, I guess. Wow. Land Force, Base, Transport, Harbor, Dock, Airfield, lay mines. Can't build any more airfields, okay. We have 15 trans here. It's good for representation, at least. What else can we do? Assign, list, military op, goals. Occupy Washington, reduce the US GNP to 0, or achieve total base yield over 1,800. Total base yield is now 648. Huh. Interesting. Out of curiosity, I got some Sprite tea. Is less bad than I expected. Base steel. Intel on enemy fleets. War has not begun. I haven't. I gotta stop. War hasn't even started, chat, and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't even know how to start a war. OA games are just not for me. Well, some of them are. I did like Aerobiz Supersonic. Aerobiz Supersonic was a lot of fun. Doug, you know more than our current government, at least. Thanks for showing how incomprehensible it is. I have every reason to believe that that's an amazing game if you are the kind of person willing to work your way through all of those menus to figure out what the fuck everything does. I mean, these war games exist for a reason. They have their audience, and you know what? Good for them. Not for me. The total war games are about as crunchy as my military sims ever got. My dad, when I was a kid, my dad had some Civil War, turn-based strategy games, and I was interested in them. I wanted to learn how to play them, but yeah, I was never any good at them. He was, though. Aerobiz. Original Aerobiz, I didn't click with so well, but Aerobiz Supersonic I played on this channel a couple times and ended up really enjoying it. Reminds me to play Conflict and Consequence, Triumph and Tragedy a couple months ago. Another all-day thing was pretty fun. What's the theme of that? Is that like a war game or something? Much simplified combat, interesting diplomacy layer. Looking at a voice actor from Bridge Dove and was laughing my ass off. Google somehow combined with Scott the Woz. Oh, World War II again. World War II again, God. Anyway, chat. Finally, an hour and a half into the stream, we can turn the page. Let me go back to two-page view so you can admire these incredible feet here. And move on to Chrono Trigger. Actually, that's zoomed in a little too far. There we go. That'll work. That'll do. That'll do. We are 2 months away from Chrono Trigger, chat. Skipping down to the bottom, down here, not my dick, bottom of the page here. Chrono and Evermore swap. The latest release date news is that Chrono Trigger and Secret of Evermore will flip-flop on Square's release calendar. Chrono Trigger will now be released in August, and Evermore will follow in October. Played Aerobiz multiplayer with my brother. Got so mad that I set my home base in New York in Scenario 1. Just bought all the points. Of all the screenshots, I don't know if I would make the giant frog one of the first ways I'd show it off. I remember being very intrigued by the giant frog screenshot. So I think they did okay with that. I think the only one... This one here is pretty generic. I would have picked something a little more interesting than this. This is the only screenshot I take issue with. Because there is no way to know what this is. And it's really cool what it is. But you've just got these portals that don't look like portals, and your entire party all clumped up on one of them. Remember when Frog cut a mountain in half? Pepperidge Farm remembers. What's up, Chaos? Good to see you. How's the night going? It is good. It is good. We played Tecmo's Secret of the Stars and laughed our asses off. And then we played PTO 2 and accomplished literally nothing. And now we're going to talk about Chrono Trigger, which is coming up, man. It is coming up. A new standard for RPGs. Squaresoft will increase the stakes in the role-playing world this summer when Chrono Trigger is released in the United States. Epic Standard. Oh my god, I just realized. Tecmo's Secret of the Stars isn't sandwiched in between Secret of Evermore and Chrono Trigger. It's after both of them. Jesus. Yeah, naming your character Ass in Secret of the Stars makes it like 1,000 times better. Any thought about doing the PlayStation version when it comes up so you get the animated cutscenes? Absolutely not. No interest in doing that. Also, good evening, Depressed Cat. Good to see you. Chrono Trigger makes dramatic improvements in graphics and sound over just about every previous traditional RPG, including Square's Final Fantasy III. Larger characters and beautiful artwork designed by famed cartoonist and video game artist Akira Toriyama. Chrono Trigger sparkles on the screen. Mr. Toriyama's video game fame comes from his character designs for Dragon Ball Z and the Dragon Quest series. Even the overworld views pack in the detail, whereas most RPGs reserve the fine points for interiors. Dumb question, was Dragon Ball Z airing in the US at this time? Pretty sure yes. Pretty sure yes, I think. Steam version then? No, I'm gonna play the Super NES version. It's an incredibly spoilerific screenshot while still conveying zero information. Which screenshot are we talking about? Chrono Trigger isn't like the best game of all time, but it's so fantastic for the time. Yeah, it's funny, like, Chrono Trigger is amazing, but it also never ends up on my, like, best of lists. Like, yeah, if I was... Oh, the time portals? Yeah, you can't even tell... Yeah. Incredibly spoilerific, except there's no way to know what it's spoiling. It's really funny. Like, yeah, if I'm talking about best SNES RPGs, I'm absolutely going to mention it. But if I'm talking about my favorite RPGs of all time, it's kind of a toss-up whether or not it's going to show up. Like, I do really like it. I think it's amazing. I think it's a landmark RPG, but, like... Just to be straight with you, like, Final Fantasy III is always going to be my favorite on the system. And I've played Final Fantasy III, and I've played Secret of Mana a lot more than I played this one. What's up, Justin Bro? I was watching someone stream Char's Counterattack. Apparently started airing in... Wait, really? 96? Huh. Okay, I do know that some channels in the United States were showing the original Dragon Ball before this. I know that for a fact because I saw it. I actually saw a couple episodes of OG Dragon Ball when I was in elementary school. Doesn't really hold up if you're talking about best games of all time. For the time, the place was phenomenal. Definitely. All-star team working on it. I think Chrono Trigger holds up really well. The pacing is tight, spreader is great, gameplay is easier to grasp with shocking depth combat-wise. Fucking Harmony Gold. Now I actually saw the Amuro loses all his weapons and goes in for melee bit, everything homages. Okay, where were we? Your first hint of the visual feast that will follow comes from the introduction where a beautifully rendered pendulum swings back and forth. The ensuing cinema scenes, we still haven't invented cutscenes, chat, are nothing short of breath-catching? Squaresoft added to the developmental punch of Chrono Trigger by bringing another Dragon Quest veteran, Yuji Horii, who created the game's stories for Enix's popular RPG series. The third jewel in Square's crown was Hironobu Sakaguchi, game designer responsible for the Final Fantasy series. Add to this a fresh and innovative soundtrack, slated to become a CD in Japan, you have a monster combination. You're not wrong. Success of Chrono Trigger since its release in March. Oh, I didn't know it came out in March in Japan. Interesting. Testifies to the merits of Square's game plan. 2 million Super Famicom game packs sold in 2 months. Every Battletech fan just twitched involuntarily there. Trying to think of a joke about the UK airing Dragon Ball Z, but it's not working. Forget where the dub was aired. There was a hilariously bad early English dub for Ocean Group Funimation where Piccolo was called Big Green. So I grew up with Robotech before getting into Battletech. My feelings are extremely mixed. Why are mom and dad fighting again? I had a very unique experience. I missed Robotech entirely. I didn't see any Robotech when it was pushed here in America, and then when I got into anime, I happened to be in the right place at the right time to get a complete box set of Macross. And so I don't know shit about shit when it comes to Robotech, but I love Macross. I think we'd all agree that Harmony Gold sucks ass. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think I gave up on that movie completely and impenetrably. I haven't watched all the other series stuff. Dad grew up with Robotech and introduced me to Macross without batting an eye. Your dad is cool, Shadows. Dad is very cool. Epitome of IP squatters. Robotech is Super Dimension Fortress. Macross are mostly similar. Name changes aside, well, okay. I do know this because I watched the excellent Secret Galaxy YouTube videos explaining how Robotech came to be. And yeah, if you're just talking about OG Macross, then yeah, Robotech is more or less beat for beat OG Macross. But then, when they ran out of OG Macross, then things got messy. That's when they started hot swapping things in and making up their own story, and everything went to shit. Comes any other mecha series I can find. It's insane. I love it. Yeah. I love it. It's awful. It's hideous. I found that the Battletech originally was using those anime designs because they asked a guy at Toy Fair, hey, can we get the license to sell these? And the guy was not associated with the company, but said yes anyway. It's hilarious. We'd like to license these. And the guy was like, sure. Oh, man. All right, after entering your name, the view switches to a cinematic flyby of a port city before switching your character's home in the beginning of the game. The story itself is pretty vast, but as the name suggests, it involves time and time travel. Chrono, the main character, must move forward and backward in time during his many missions. To help out, he needs a time machine, which he finds in the distant future. Huh. At the beginning, when you first go outside and begin wandering around the city, you'll be attracted to the market in the north. You'll find one of the most colorful collections of pavilions and characters ever put in a video game. Little bit of hyperbole here, but it is a very colorful game. You'll also meet your first companion here, a princess who has lost her necklace. Exploring further, you'll find an exotic concert underway, even a tournament against a robot in another corner of the market. Beat his ass and win 15 silver points. Sense of a large, fully imagined world comes through loud and clear, even at this early stage, and only grows stronger the further you go into the game. Is it just me, chat? Or did Chrono Trigger's world end up feeling kind of small? This isn't really a criticism. Because, I mean, there's, what, 5-6 time periods you warp between? And I'm pretty sure it's a consequence of that. But compared to other RPGs at the time, I do remember always thinking Chrono Trigger's world felt kind of small. OG Macross even had a really jank earring because the episode count they got started high, got cut to being low, they became high again. Funny because as a coincidence, Dougram fits into Battletech saying perfectly. Favorite Chrono Trigger arc? I'm partial to Magus and the 100 monsters in his castle. I love the visit to the Kingdom of Zeal. That is hands down my favorite part of the game. Zeal is so cool. And I fucking hate the Queen so much for ruining everything. Is on the small side location-wise. Scale of world map, lack of world map. Lack of world map flights, plus the towns being handled really differently. Yeah. Again, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it suits the game perfectly. I don't think I would want Chrono Trigger to be any bigger than it already is. It was just something that I remember feeling when I was playing through it. First glance, a lot of players make the mistake of thinking that Chrono Trigger follows in the footsteps of Secret of Mana. There's some similarities, such as gathering a party of 3 characters and fighting an overhead perspective. Fighting itself falls firmly in a traditional RPG style of menu commands for attacking, using magic and items. Both the hero and enemy characters are animated during battle moves. Although you have no direct control of the action, it looks great and adds a cinematic feeling to the game. The story is huge, another 50 to 100 hour RPG, and includes 10 different endings. I've said this before, I'm gonna remind y'all. When we do, this is the Lion King OST, yeah. When we do play Chrono Trigger, I really, really want to get all the endings. I've never gotten any of the New Game Plus endings, so that might mean we play it for a really long time, but that is a lifelong goal I've had that I've never achieved yet. Secret of Mana and Chrono Trigger literally spun off from the same SNES CD project. Best thing about Chrono Trigger is it does not overstay its welcome. One of the unique aspects of the multiple endings, you use your built-up character when you begin playing through the game for a second or a third time. Not only does that speed up the subsequent games, it allows you to check out things you may have missed earlier in the game. Battery back. Game flow takes unexpected twists and turns like the story in Final Fantasy III, what we now know as Final Fantasy VI. Your characters can split away from the party, and you get to decide which paths to follow when the plot branches. In battle, characters can make combo moves, where one character enhances a fighting move of a companion. Controlling 3 characters. Another innovation of the game within a game concept. At one point, Chrono must race a villain on a futuristic motorcycle, and the player can set the perspective for the race. They're kind of overselling this one. It's not like previous RPGs didn't have mini games and stuff in them. If we're gonna play Chrono Trigger, though, you have to name Chrono. That is, oh my god, that is gonna ruin some of these scenes so completely. Basically just 2 run-throughs, stopping to fight Lavos every so often. Yeah, it shouldn't take too long, especially like they say, New Game Plus is really, it's really just the same game, but with a fully leveled party and the special portal, right? Mario Island was an action RPG made for it with art by Toriyama. When the SNES CD got canceled, Chrono Trigger branched off as a from-the-ground-up retool and was left to Mario Island became Secret Man. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy how that happened. Seriously, 2 amazing games spawned from that. It does kind of make you wonder what we would have gotten instead if they hadn't canceled the CD expansion. But could also be cheeky and call Marl Nadia Robo and from Frog Glen. Ruin all the twists. You fucking. Sure, Dev's story is the time we're fucking insane, still fighting me. The Final Fantasy adventure started as a tennis. I know, that's so crazy. That's so ridiculous. First, New Game Plus ending might be tricky since you're fighting Lavos without a full party. I might look up like a guide for optimizing for that before we launch into it, but yeah. That's tale for another time. Trickiest part of getting all the endings, some of the windows from pretty small. I am 100% gonna use a guide for all the endings. I'm not gonna go through New Game Plus blind. I'm going to go through it with the specific intent of getting all the endings. And I will follow strict instructions if I have to. Thinking of the same enemy beat Lavos as stat boosted form of the Ocean Palace. Okay, I'll look all this up. I'll figure it out. I'll make a plan. We got time, because like I said, we're not doing Chrono Trigger right away. I'm definitely not starting Chrono Trigger before we get to August 1995 in Nintendo Power, because that's when it gets its main feature. I'm not starting Chrono Trigger before we finish Atelier Aisha, and I'm probably gonna do some other stuff between the end of Aisha and the start of Chrono Trigger. So. But we are doing this this year, barring catastrophe or huge upheaval of things. So look forward to it, chat. We got that on the horizon. But for now, we have Rise of the Phoenix, another real crunchy ass looking Koei game. Who will rise from the ashes of a dark war to become the golden emperor of all China? I don't know, crack a history book and educate yourself. Saga of Fire and Fate. Some of the endings are like, you got this boss fight, now backtrack all the way out of this entire timeline to go fight Lava. Right. Despite the video game market's emphasis on action, Koei has a core of fiercely loyal simulation fans who spend many late nights directing vast armies, building international airlines, or otherwise deciding the fates of millions. There are dozens of them, chat. Dozens. Sorry, I really should be nice. Rise of the Phoenix is but their latest effort detailing one of the many civil wars of ancient China. The object is, of course, to defeat or ally with other generals and officials to become emperor. Quote Hiromichi Tanaka on Final Fantasy IV Chrono Trigger and Secret Mana. After we finished 3, we started 4 with the idea of a slightly more action-based dynamic overworld rather than keep combat as a completely separate thing. At some point, it wound up not being 4 anymore. Instead, it was eventually released as Seiken Densetsu 2, but during development, it was actually referred to as Chrono Trigger. Huh. Alright, Ozzy Josh, have a good one. Thanks for coming by. Hopefully, we'll see you again soon. Oops, actually. Okay. No, there we go. Those simulations may seem intimidating or confusing, because they are. Game mechanics are often simpler than they first appear. With practice, patience, some help from this review, you may find Rise of the Phoenix an engaging alternative to the latest shooter. To start with, the game is played in alternating turns, with each turn broken down into 2 main phases. Move and plan. Sounds familiar. Move option on the main menu, bring up a list of commands. Use one of the 3 commands to direct your troops around the map. March, sneak, and rush. Plan is dedicated to domestic affairs and relations with other rulers. You may find that some commands are more useful than others. Organize, delegate, farm, and build. Diplomacy. Oh, look at that map. We'll demonstrate some basic strategies using Zhang Yu's troops, but these will help you prepare for the challenge of rule, no matter which ruler you choose. Step 1, know your enemy. Rise of the Phoenix is a rad name, yeah. First things you should do is find your opponent's strengths and weaknesses. Use the map screen, locate enemy troops, cities, and allies. Step 2, reorganize. Now it's time to take stock of your generals. Each is rated in several categories, most important of which are skill, charm, and negotiation. A general with a skill of 80 or more gives troops a longer move range and increases their odds in battle, while one with great charm achieves better results with domestic commands like farm and build. General with good negotiation skill should be placed in the same unit as your ruler. Person is your logical choice to carry out the ally command, which only the ruler's unit can use. Okay. You want to know anything about the enemy as the game starts? So skip the first move phase and check enemy positions and organize your troops in the plan phase. When the second turn on, you can move your army accordingly. Be sure to stock divisions with enough gold and food. Oh my god. Oh god, this whole layout confused the shit out of me because I was reading like counterclockwise. I was reading like step 1, step 2, step 3, step 2. I was like, what? But no, there's 2 separate guides here. Troops in the battlefield, this is how you want to handle moving your armies. Troops at home, this is how you want to manage your settlements at home. Step 1, step 2, step 1, step 2, step 3. Farm and build. You draft people. Drafting decreases city's loyalty. Negotiate. Yeah, I gotta shoot straight with you, Chad. If I was gonna get into a game like this now, I'd probably just pick a total war game to really immerse myself in, or go back to Ogre Battle, maybe. To be fair, I could kind of see Nintendo Power freaking the fuck out at step numbers. Alright, now your city is strong and armies prepare. It's time to challenge your opponent for control of the nation. Here's some basic battle strategies. You can march a division up to 3 or 4 squares. Sneak allows you to move unseen, but only up 2 squares. Rush lets you move 4 or 5. Spirit and stamina decrease. Koi presents Don't Dead Open Inside. You got spying, supplies, of course. As long as the roads between your... That was random. As long as the roads between your cities and troops are clear and controlled by you, you can automatically supply your army with gold and food. That's nice, actually. The roads are blocked or sea kitty? Key cities have been taken over by the enemy. You may not be able to pay or feed your men. Okay, so that's kind of cool. That was the Final Fantasy IV sleep jingle. Cecil fell asleep listening to this. So I actually kind of like that. Like, supply lines are passive until your opponent interrupts them, and then you got to worry about it. Yeah, stock your armies, field battles, city battles. No. Okay, another cool game that really is not particularly for me. All right, grab your sword and shield, Nintendo Power Magazine for your head into battle. Lose any one of these and your adventure could be over. Okay, Illusion of Gaia. While we've covered most of the tougher areas of Illusion of Gaia and past issues in Nintendo Power, players are still getting stuck in places. Of course they are. It's kind of a complicated game in places. I play some strategy games where combat feels really stop and start because I gotta worry about maintaining supply lines every 5 seconds. Yeah. Strategy games in particular need to find a good balance between watching stuff happen and pausing to open menus and stuff. You don't want to be constantly popping open menus. It's the same as in a roguelike. You don't want to be spending the majority of your time in a roguelike looking at menu choices between perks or equipment or whatever. You want to spend most of your time in action and then very brief interludes in menus. Does it say what happens if you get all the gems? No, I can tell you it doesn't. Because I read all the way through this as a kid, and I still don't know what getting all the gems gets you. You become the Emperor of China. Alright, they have a walkthrough. Actually, you know what? This is really funny. Their strategy guide here is solely a walkthrough of the Sky Garden. Like, how to get all 4 crystal balls, and then the locations of all the red jewels in the game. Red Jewel 1 to Red Jewel 50. In Dungeon Crawler, I don't want to spend 40 minutes restocking in town and prepping, although I do still appreciate prep work and bursts. Right, it just has to be paced correctly. That's the main concern. Like, those gameplay elements are important and can be compelling, but you have to make sure it's not interrupting more compelling gameplay. Bonus dungeon, bonus boss cameo from Soul Blazer. That's cool. That's quite cool. If I ever give Illusion of Gaia a replay, I'll use this guide to get all the red jewels, I think. Exactly. Good breaks, not substitutes for action. And we did it! We've survived the Epic Center, chat. Didn't even take a full 2 hours. Good for us. Somehow, Tecmo's Secret of the Stars didn't manage to delay us that long. Can't imagine why. I'm gonna move myself down to this corner for no particular reason at all. Let's talk about Killer Instinct. 16-bit new lie. Super NES KI, chat. It's the news you all been waiting for. God, this terrible fucking font. Oh, I hate it. The news you all been waiting for. Killer Instinct is coming home, complete with all the killer combos and danger moves that have made it this year's biggest quarter. Pig at arcades worldwide. It's coming sooner than you might have expected because this graphic beast isn't some glitzy next-generation showcase game. Believe it or not, this version is 16-bit exclusively for the Super NES, of course. They sure are, Arcane. They sure are. Been hearing KI was one of the first games launched for the NU64, so why is Nintendo coming out with a 16-bit version? Why is Nintendo coming out with a 16-bit version, chat? The explanation is twofold, involving both software and hardware technology. As the video industry has rapidly evolved, only the developers who have kept up with the ever-changing technology have been successful. Developers at Rare have done more than simply keep up. They've broken new ground with titles like Killer Instinct and Donkey Kong Country. Working on DKC and other projects, develop new compression techniques. The thinking was, if we can produce KI for the Super NES now, why not do it? As for hardware, the NU64 is promising to be even better than expected, which has had Rare's developers and the fighting game gurus here at Nintendo thinking of all sorts of ways to improve on the arcade version of KI. Since the hardware technology made it possible, it seemed like a waste not to make the NU64 version even better. Okay, so it occurs to me that here in the middle of 1995, they may be aware at this point of the necessary delays for the N64. And I'm pretty sure no developer that had a successful arcade game out at the time wanted to lose any of the hype around it before they could get a home version out. So I'm assuming that Rare decided to go ahead and squeeze out a Super NES version that could actually be released close to the arcade version because they knew or perhaps suspected that the N64 was at least another year out. Had they already split with Philips at this point? The PlayStation is out at this point, so yes. Very much yes. But also, I like to note the Killer Instinct arcade board is nothing like the N64 hardware. It was all bullshit on Nintendo's end, so porting the N64 would probably be a fairly even challenge. Okay. So yeah, they'd be looking at even greater delays if nothing else. N64 is KI Gold, so they also get that bit of extra marketing out of it. Ah, well. Perfect then. Release the Super NES Killer Instinct to capitalize on the popularity of the original arcade version, and then release an actual upgraded version with additional content for the N64. Pretty savvy. The question everyone's asking is whether or not the Super NES version is, in fact, just like the arcade game. The answer, yes and no, but mostly yes. What they've crammed into this 32 meg cartridge is nothing short of amazing. All of the screenshots you see here come from the Super NES game. Nothing's been tamed. Nothing's been watered down. All the characters will be there and they'll be able to perform all the same moves that they do in the arcade version. Be really funny when Cruis'n USA comes out in arcades and NP is gonna brag so fucking much using 64 hardware before it comes to N64 and it's again nothing like it. I think they already did. I think they've talked about that in a prior Ultra 64 preview. But yeah. I either never realized it or never acknowledged it as a kid, but going through Nintendo Power now in the Power Hours, it really is obvious when Nintendo Power's writers get defensive about something. It is hilariously obvious when they're trying to paper over some perceived weakness. And before other people remember there was a Killer Instinct too. I remember there was a Killer Instinct too. Just because if I remember correctly, one of the characters in it is wearing a coconut bra. I remember that being impactful for Kid Me. Really like the arcade version of Killer Instinct, the home version, not so much. Virtua Fighter 2 is going to be out on Genesis a bit from now. I did have a couple missing characters. Okay. Interesting. I wonder if they're trying to be passive-aggressive about that. Could be. Could be. Because like I said, I really never acknowledged as a kid how defensive Nintendo was about their major releases, and especially ones that got delayed or cut back in some way. If you're wondering how the Super NES music and sound effects measure up against the arcade version, listen up. The first shipment of Super NES Killer Instinct games, approximately 2 million of them, will be packed with Killer Cuts, a limited edition CD. That's how good the Tecmo soundtrack is. The CD features 15 tracks, all remixed from the game, plus one secret humiliation cut. Okay, neat, cool, awesome. Pack-ins are great. Has literally fucking nothing to do with how good the Super NES music and sound effects are on their own. List of things that are impactful on Shadow Arcane of the Two Spears, Coconut Bros. I know it's different staff. I like know by 2001 you're gonna get to watch them change their tone on Sega and Sonic in real time when those games start coming to GameCube. That's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to that. Remember the cabinet for Killer Instinct 2 had this flowchart going to illustrate, show you which moves should combo into other moves? That's kind of neat. It's a nice consideration. All the danger moves, all the special moves, even Riptor's 30-hit Ultra. What is different is control. Take a little getting used to, especially put in hours on arcade machines. If anything, moves will be slightly easier to execute in the Super NES version. The fighting purists who designed the game loosened up the special moves. They didn't want players' ability to win be dependent on their ability to do special moves. Players using 6-button joysticks should have absolutely no problem adjusting. Game plays great, looks even better. There's actually, according to product development manager Ken, I Live for Fighting Games Lob, there's actually more detail in the backgrounds of the Super NES version, because the advanced compression techniques, backgrounds that faded to darkness in the arcade version, are fully rendered in the 16-bit version. Check out Jago's level to see what we mean. Describing some of the techniques that give the game its detail, Lob said, sometimes the emulation of reality is better than reality. That sounds like something an AI guy would say. Super NES version uses both line scrolling and parallax scrolling. You'll see detailed foregrounds that were absent from the arcade version. The spikes in the eyeball level. One of the most amazing details in this new version is use of reflection. Okay, so big old KI puff piece. Sometimes you want a bit of exciting reality, but no danger. It's on our console. Clearly, it's good now. Reverse sour grape. I like that. Cut loose on August 30th. Okay, sure. I know why they're probably staying on not the Genesis port of Virtua Fighter 2, but the 32X port of Virtua Fighter 1 and Saturn port of Daytona, USA, most likely. Okay. Alright. It would kind of be interesting to go back and see what was big news in the gaming world right around now. See if that does actually track with any of the copy that they were writing for Nintendo Power. But yeah. Alright, chat. Killer Instinct's on the way. Ahead of the N64. I'm sure we're super excited about that. So this game. Who remembers the night we played this game? Rapid Fire Action of the Advanced FX2. The first game to combine the Rapid Fire Action of the Advanced FX2 chip with realistic characters formed with rendered graphics. Could do with a refresher. One that runs awful even for it. No, this was the good one. This was the one that was actually pretty decent. You might be thinking of Stunt Race FX, which is trash. runs at like 3.5 frames a second. This one is actually what Stunt Race FX should have been. I remember being pretty impressed by this. One Day Players, the motocross. Yeah, I remember we did this track even. We got the Big O, the water slide. We got Affinity Chris rating. Hello, good evening. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. You caught us just about to play some Dirt Trax FX. It's like Stunt Race FX, but good. Oddish, I'm here for our friends. Welcome, Zem. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. What were you doing tonight, Chris? I hope you're having a good time with your chrono streams or not chrono streams. Whatever kind of streams you was doing. But yeah, we've actually played this one before, and coming off of Stunt Race FX, which I played as a kid, and struggled with but found a way to enjoy, and then played later on emulator and was like, oh my god, what the hell was I thinking? This one actually plays like I wanted Stunt Race FX to play. And it's got some kind of neat tracks too. So you know what, let's go ahead and jump into it. Let us entertain the people. Let us give the masses what they want. This is obviously dirt bike racing. I know you. I know what you're thinking. As being a monster. Alrighty, let me... Is there a problem here, monitor? Hang on, okay. Hang on a second real quick. I think something is not right with my monitor. Let me reset it real quick. You may see some visual weirdness for a sec while I do this. And I'm gonna lose chat. Wherefore did you go? The switch is in a really awkward place in the back. Let's see here. Okay, we're back. We're doing a genocide run in Undertale. Oh my. How spicy. People are mad at me for it, but I'm only doing what they asked for. The people do not understand what it is they want. They think they know, but they don't. Anyway, I hope it's going as well as genocide can go. It's probably not something that I'm ever gonna do. It's the kind of thing that I'd be interested in seeing on my own, but I think I'd make people very sad around here if I did that. Hey guys, we're gonna do a normal run of Deltarune now. You're not gonna vote for pretty tough, really. I guess it does run rather counter to the intended way to play. Oh god, that's still really loud, Jesus. There we go. That should be better. I love making people squirm in my lack of remorse. Alright, Acclaim. Let's do this. I had a password for this. I don't remember. I'm not doing the kitty one. We'll do normal. Oh, that's right. Everybody has their own theme in this. Yeah, let's do... Last time we did Hog. Because, of course, you know me and Hogs. We'll do Blade this time. She looks cool. We'll go ahead and do Circuit. Why not? Oh god, what am I doing? Whee! Here we go. Okay, so I remember now The deal with this game, what they very intelligently did, is they didn't render the bikes or the characters. They kept the actual moving elements sprites, and then they made the track 3D, which actually makes it all render at a decent frame rate. And it works and plays really, really well. I hope y'all like Slash's theme, or Blade's theme. You'll be hearing it a lot. I think it sounds to me like the music is the theme for whoever's in first. Yeah. So we might not actually be hearing Blade's theme that much, depending. So how fucking many laps are there? Jesus Christ. This is Excitebike? Yes, this is Excitebike 64. We jumped ahead in time. Yeah, this is way the hell too many laps. I'm getting the hang of this, though. That approach to the music is interesting, but I'm finding I don't like it. Oh no, oh no, 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 no. Does this ever end? Jesus Christ. We've been doing this for 2 minutes now. Blade's way too cheerful for that theme song and name. Blade is still happy being the cyclist. I'm sorry. I'm gonna lose my mind in a minute here. Oh my god, we finally made it to the last lap. Jesus Christ. It's a miracle. Oh no, 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 shit, 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 no! Alright, I got second. Ah. 16 laps. That race, or I guess 15, actually. I am the best player. All right. T-Rex is winning, though. All right. Judy has been eliminated. All right, we're on to water slide. I like this little intro where they have to drive onto the field. That's pretty cool. Circuit winner moves on to radical something. Okay, so yeah, here's the thing, and we might have talked about this the last time we played this game, but the problem with having the music be whoever's in first is because these racing games in their like campaign mode tend to let the same character jockey for first in every race so that you actually have somebody to compete with on the points board, which means you're just going to be hearing the same music every race. It's either going to be your music or it's going to be it's going to be your nemesis. And I am already getting tired of T-Rex's theme, let me tell you. By the way, I feel like it's important to ask. Do you think Blade is racing in like a tan jacket or a tube top? Because the more I look at her, the more I suspect it's the latter. Huh, I actually whooped through that wall. Oh, fuck that guy, seriously. Also, the music is all messed up like that. This does run shockingly all right. It does, doesn't it? Oh, no! Oh, that's cool. You can actually just drive over the barricades. That means I can cut corners. Damn it! He always gets me on that corner. Oh no! Wow, I fucked up that bad and nobody took second from me. Need boosts, I do. No! Oh no! What the? No! I got stuck in the fucking wall! Damn it. It feels very rubber bandy. I want to see the times for everybody. Because I'm curious. Okay. T-Rex was 256. I was 259. Third place was 309. And everybody else got lapped. So I think mechanically we may have a slight problem in how this game is designed, where it seems like you really only have one or two competitors, and everybody else is just straight dead weight. All right, we'll do one more track, because this is genuinely fun. I am enjoying this quite a bit. But yeah, I fear racing the computer may not be that much fun in the long run. Like Mario Kart. Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, honestly, I'm enjoying this, but I'm getting so sick of hearing T-Rex's music. Oh, God. No! What the hell, man? Yeah, I'm trying, man. Oh, I gotta be careful on that. Yeah, see how annoying that gets after a while? It's like riding in the car with a friend who keeps changing the channel every 15 seconds. I gotta remember not to go too fast through there. Woo! We actually get to hear a new part of her song. How exciting. No, 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 no. Okay, it's fine. Whoa, variety! T-Rex may be bad at jumps. Maybe I accidentally picked a character who's good with jumps and he isn't. Last lap. I'll be interested to see his time when we finish this one. Fuck out of my way. Whee! Character portrait on the bottom left is something I know. Kinda creepy, isn't it? At least Blade's theme has some key shifts. Alright, wow, okay. So Blade, I was basically 301. T-Rex was 302.5. Slade was 9 seconds behind him and everybody else got lapped. Woof. Woof. So, I'll say what I said before. This is a very competent racing game. This is actually... And wow, her song actually keeps going into new places. That's really cool. This is a solid racing game. For a Super FX game, it runs really well. Really, really well. And I think the key is the main characters, the people in the bikes, are sprites. It's only the track that's 3D, and the Super NES can handle that. So I feel like this game was very smartly designed in that respect. I'm not sure it was smartly designed in terms of challenge and the AI, but I have a good time with it. Went to a pirate theme bar tonight. Nice. What'd you do there? How pirate themed are we talking here? So the game lied to us. Yeah, well. Can't win them all. All right, chat. So let's actually see what did I get here. I think this character's down the corner. Okay, Blade has the lowest top speed, but her acceleration, turning, and braking are all top of the line. T-Rex is not on here. So we don't know T-Rex's stats. Well, that's annoying. But hey, I was able to take first on... It makes sense I was able to take first on a course with the character with the lowest top speed. Because she has really good acceleration, so she can recover from all those jumps and turns quickly. Do they make any mention of this T-Rex guy anywhere? Because he sucks and I hate him. Actually, they have no mention of the track that I did. Instead, they have Easter Island and Catacombs. Oh, that's cool. Catacombs actually has tunnels. That's really neat. Oh, Jump City. This is what we did. Wow, damn. Did not realize it was quite that tight. It does do split screen. Randy Linden worked on this, no wonder it's really well optimized and coded. Dude's a fucking legend of coding. Well, there you go. There you go. Ported Doom to SNES, Dragon's Lair to Amiga, coded Bleem. Dude, Bleem was awesome. Bleem was an amazing piece of software. Had some fun drinks and hung out. Oh, that sounds great. That sounds awesome. And what better place to do it than pirate-themed digs? So yeah, decent game. Oh boy! Galactus's head is out to get us, chat. It's Super Turrican 2. Save the galaxy one more time. Priority 1 message from United Freedom Forces Command to USS Avalon. Urgent. Scramble strike team immediately to Tormain system to repel invaders led by being known as the Machine. Armored battle suits and weapon systems provided by the Factor 5 development team and Ocean Software. Advise extreme caution. Strike team will be far outnumbered. Power-ups will be readily available. One-ups will be scarce. Commanders may choose from 4 controller configurations and 3 difficulty levels. Eliminate any enemy troops and stop the machine once and for all. Super Turducken 2. He has lips meant for smooching. Maybe that's why he's destroying planets. No one will smooch him on his giant planet smooching lips. Super Turrican was so good. Why isn't that? Oh. First, you components of your weapon system, your bionic arm and freeze gun. Telescoping arm helps you navigate around obstacles. Trap lesser enemies with a freeze gun, but the paralysis lasts only a few seconds. Your blaster can accept various power-ups. The gist of things. Besides blaster power-ups, you'll find health bonuses, bombs, missiles, and one-ups. The easy difficulty setting lives up to its name, but the normal and hard modes provide some challenge and an additional stage or two. Some stages aren't very long, but the enemies may take a bit more effort to destroy. Looks like there's also some Mode 7 piloting in this. Mind you, as port of Doom Destiny has used a disassembled Star Fox cart to get access to the FX chip. To make the pitch to prove you could do it, alongside the development system you made for Trax, apparently. Alright, stage 1. Your lone survivor of the Freedom Forces strike team. Marooned on a planet controlled by the oppressive army of the Machine. Ship hopeless wreck. No choice to complete your mission without help. The desert. Sand dragons. There's a ruined city. You gotta climb the bionic arm. Toxic waste leaves acidic gas. Oh, this is interesting. This box on the bottom left, too easy. The fight continues in the skies, but only if you choose the normal or hard setting. The easy game skips these areas. So the difficulty actually determines how long these stages are. That's kind of cool. Big mouth boss. So apparently the boss, you have to use the bionic arm to hang in his mouth and shoot his tongue off. Stage 2, looks like you're on the outside of a space station, and there's a sled run, and you fight a giant spider thing. Fully port M1 of Quake to GBA for a pitch. It didn't become a full port. Appreciate the Big Mouth Bass reference. Stage 3, the direction of the actor boss. That's off a thing. You're underwater, you fight a giant stingray. Stage 4 is the machine. This only has 4 stages, chat. This game only has 4 stages. Huh. Well, let's give it a try. You won't notice it's hard. I have never gotten along well with the Turrican games. The tiny game for tiny kids. What is this, a game for ants? But yeah, we played some Turrican before, and I've always been awful at it, so I'm not expecting to get anywhere in this. But we'll give it a try. With this shit, price trying says CIB copy of Super Turrican 2 is $900. Well, it wasn't exactly a big hit. It wasn't exactly sought after in the day, back when they were available. Also might have had a very limited printing. But yeah, I can't say I'm surprised that there's not many of them floating around. The location, a small star system floating in the endless spiral arms of a black hole. Get this audio back up. Little do the inhabitants of the planets know about the menacing hordes of the machine. Fleeing through the outer regions of the known galaxy, the villain found his next victims. So stupid looking! Civilizations were destroyed in an instant. The whole system fell under the spell of evil. Just a few tiny cries for help escaped the boundaries of the system. The USS Avalon, flagship of the United Freedom Forces. It's Galactus' head, at least. Heroes and many rescued souls are restlessly waiting for the final encounter with their longtime arch-enemy. As the sirens yell across the hangar, 3 ships blast off into the unknown. These are some excellent cutscenes. Really well rendered. Entering the black hole, the men face the final challenge. Super. Turric! Two. A Factor 5 game. That was kind of silly. I will attempt difficulty normal. What is a Turrican? I have no idea. Seconds later, only one of the ships escapes the mighty powers of the black hole. Badly damaged and burning, your shipwreck hurtles towards the devastated Dune world. You should have shot me. Return fire! Equipped with your Turrican assault suit, you jump into the action against an army of darkness. Not much. What's a Turrican with you?
Arm your assault suit. Spread shot.
Sweet.
Missile.
Okay, this seems pretty cool so far. I don't know what this said. It said arm your Turrican suit. Spread shot and missile stuff. Background's pretty cool looking.
Smart bomb.
Smart bomb. I guess I better use those before I lose those. Okay, that's a smart bomb. That's a smart bomb, all right. That's my Turrican arm. That is some kind of...
Shield. Laser. Activated.
Laser activated. Can't shoot down in this. Can't shoot down, can't shoot up, can only shoot to the side. Very pretty. That's a really pretty laser effect. I like it. Not super practical, but very pretty. Ow. Emergency. That's okay. I got my power up. Look at him, he's so cute! He's so cute! I love him. We're doing the classic push forward during jumps thing to get more air off of.
Emergency.
I know. Presentation-wise, is kind of fucking... Oh, you can bounce on him. Cool. This is pretty funny. Oh, Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Oh, I think that was intended to happen. Yeah, cutscene. Aha! Oh. Okay. You can...
Red shot. Rebound. Activated.
Rebound activated.
Danger.
Danger. Oh, God, it's full of junk. he'll hit me. Hey! God, I thought it was gonna fall on me and kill me. I missed 42 gems, damn. Contra with Mega Man combat.
Stage 1, 2.
Stage 1, 2.
Missile.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I was looking for my robo arm. Contra. Very, very, very Contra. It's oh god. It's Contra with a grappling hook. Technically made it for your first home game to feature Sonic the Hedgehog. Huh, interesting.
Flamethrower. Rebound.
Oh, I actually want to keep the flamethrower, man. Oh, the rebound is super handy. Can't deny that. Rebound lets me attack stuff without putting myself in danger. Ow.
Red shot. Activated. Power up. Red shot.
I was just thinking, this better not be the way I came in. I would be pissed.
Activated. Power up. Rebound. Laser.
Oh, I got a laser for that. So far, this looks pretty legit fun. It's good. I'm actually really enjoying this. Like I said, it's very Contra. But like, it's Contra with a life bar and more mechanics. Doesn't quite have the same design chops as Contra, but it don't gotta.
Laser. Power up. Missile. Danger.
Yeah, it looks kind of dangerous. I agree. I agree with your assessment. Ow. Cool, blew one of his arms off. Ow! Take that arm, too. Just asking for trouble. Oh, I wonder if I'm gonna have to... I wonder if I can do it like this, or if I really need to, like, grapple up and blow the other arms off. Oh, boy. Oh, I made him angry. Oh, there's nothing for me to grapple onto, so I have to do it this way.
Emergency.
Damn it. The timing on that's a little funky. Hey, we got him. Is this a problem? Okay, that's not gonna be a problem. Buffering around the mecha lady with extra equipment, choosing energy bars? Nah. While the Amiga series turned SNES game so far, this looks like the by far the best.
Stage 1, 3.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Flamethrower activated.
Oh, we're gonna have to be okay. Oh boy. Oh lord. Okay, so this one's kind of... We're racing against that poison gas, I guess. This is not particularly easy.
Smart bomb. Power up.
Definitely need that.
Missile.
No, you gotta get up there. Whew, okay, that was a little scary. Maybe the pipe danger rings or a Battle Angel leader reference. I was thinking about that too, yeah. Rather than going to the Orc City.
Stage 1, 4.
Okay. Whoa, you can really extend your arm. You know what? Those things even make the squeal that the flying aliens at the steel mill in Super Contra do. Yeah, the art in this level is really good. Art in this whole game has been really good. Okay. Whoa! What the shit? Did I just die? I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on. What do you want me to do? I'm dying every time that happens. Is there no— oh, there's another one of these things. Okay, so I gotta jump from one to the next. Okay. That's kind of shitty because that is like straight up leap of faith shit right there. No, and sometimes that happens. The music is surprisingly upbeat for what we're doing here. I want to keep my laser.
Emergency. Bread shot activated.
Okay. Woof. I did get an extra life for some reason. Wild looking worm dragon, yeah. I think this—
Boss approaching.
boss approaching. Okay, so yeah, this is the level 1. This is the level 1 boss. We got— oh god. Okay, this is redonkulous. Oh, you don't have to— okay. So you don't have to hang from the ceiling, necessarily. I think you can fall out of the sides of its mouth. Oh god, I know, it's dripping acid on me, man. Whew! That was tough. But I imagine Dune game by the Super Castlevania 4 staff would look like. The defeated monster vanishes in the dunes, only to leave Turric in the hands of evil. Guarded by enemy soldiers, you are brought to one of the threatening war stations orbiting the planet. The fight continues amidst the screaming sirens after you manage to escape to the hull of the station. Monster probably invests in shooting you rather than trying to taste you to death. Whoa there, champion.
Bread shot.
Oh god, ow, 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 ow. Oh. Oh, that doesn't hurt me. Oh, that doesn't hurt me, that just pushes me back. There we go. The enemies scream so much in this game. It's really funny. Wow! Damn it. Fine, I'll take it.
Activated.
That might be a bad call. Or not. That's an interesting design. that will actually trace up his power beam. Why do the enemies do the R2-D2 screen?
Spread shot activated. Flamethrower. Shield. Power up.
Actually, I really
Spread shot activated.
Oh god. Okay, so I need to be on these platforms, apparently. Interesting. Oh, that's gonna hurt me. Okay. I don't want that. The exit's that. Oh, I think I need to climb across the bottom of the ship now. Ah! God damn it. Oh! Oh, fuck. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Oi. Okay, we're back. Okay. Ah! Oh, you can't grapple onto those engine nozzles. Okay. Cool. Darn you, space gravity. Welp. That's a pretty cool continue screen, honestly. Okay. That was Super Turrican.
5,
2.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Same space gravity that dropped those bombs in Star Wars last year. Hang on one second. I want to see something. No, I want to. There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. Real quick. It's. Huh. The levels of somebody acts like I see where there's only 4. Yeah, so each level actually has like 4 or 5 parts. Huh. It's really the same exact thing. This is not what we were just playing. This is kind of weird. And I've never I've never understood why this was the case. But the company that made the Super NT analog, they apparently. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. They apparently licensed or own the rights to Turrican now. And they put Super Turrican and Super Turrican 2 directly into the firmware of the Super NT. So without any cartridge or anything, like if you have a Super NT, you can play Super Turrican and Super Turrican 2. That is weird, isn't it? They gave me, hang on. I have no idea where it is, but with my Super NT, they gave me a Super Turrican 2 box. Like an SNES box. Super Turric 2 used to be on Virtual Console, but got abruptly removed for some reason. Maybe it was because Analog got a hold of it. I don't know. But yeah. Interesting stuff, isn't it? So anyway. That's that. So yeah, even if something happens to my flash cart, we'll still be able to play Turric and 2. So yeah. Alright, chat, well, we didn't make it to the fiery finale, but I like, straight up, I got farther than I thought we would. We beat all of stage 1. So I guess each of these, so yeah, the desert's one stage, City in Ruins is one stage, Toxic Trap is one stage. Then they mention both the flying stage and the worm stage here, and then the boss. So I guess stages 1, 2, 3, at least 4 stages on its own, too, and then a boss. Game was cool. I'll probably try it someday, maybe with save states to help with occasional level design change. This was fun. This was honestly really, really good. I don't remember Super Turrican very well, but I know for a fact I had more fun with this than I had with that. So, cool beans. Can't complain. All right, chat. I believe we have come to the end of tonight's festivities. I think we've made it. So I'm going to close down requests. And let's take us a little sneaky peeky at what's going to come up next. I think this is a game that Retro PC Gamer glazed heavily because one of the programmers was a coding genius. That's, Shadows literally did that up thread. Or no, that was about Dirt Track FX. Well, now you got another one you can glaze. You can make a whole collection of them. Yeah, my bad. All right, anyway, let's see what's coming up next. Oh, it's just gonna be classified information. Okay. We're roughly about halfway through the magazine right now, chat. We do have a Virtual Boy preview coming up with some actual titles named. So, buttress your feelings for that, chat. There is a non-zero chance that next week we will be exposing all of our eyeballs to the trials and travails of the Virtual Boy at long last. Turrican looks like a 90s anime series. Wouldn't be surprised if it was. Do you have the ability to emulate the Virtual Boy? Yes. Tested it out today. Works fine. The only thing I haven't figured out, and I'm gonna warn you about this ahead of time, the only thing I haven't been able to figure out is how to change the display color from eye-searing red. So, hopefully I can work that out and we can play in grayscale. If I can't, then we're probably gonna play each one for like 2 minutes. What emulator are you using? Beetle, I think it's called. I only found one. I only found one emulator, and it's called Beetle, so. Oh, extra courses, Kirby's Dream Course. Oh, you have to beat regular Kirby's Dream Course to play them. Womp womp. I installed it through RetroArch, and that might be part of my problem. So I might try to... Yeah, that one. You're telling me there isn't a robust and varied emulation scene for the Virtual Boy? No, actually. Because I guess you weren't around when I mentioned it. But when I tracked down the Virtual Boy library... it actually came with 34 ROM hacks for the Virtual Boy, including several homebrew games that we will check out at some point. So I actually have more unlicensed Virtual Boy games. Play Virtual Boy and apply an OBS color filter over it and play looking through the OBS preview screen. We'll see. We'll see, okay. Someone's working on porting Snatcher to it, but he passed away. That's a shame. That's a shame. Yeah, anyway, to recap the schedule, tomorrow night there is nothing. Don't show up tomorrow night because I ain't streaming tomorrow night. Monday, though, we'll be back with more Atelier Aisha and our democratic playthrough thereof. And of course, you need to show up and vote one way or the other so I know whether to continue or not. Whether our Adventures with Atelier Aisha will be a full playthrough or just an extended look. So Tuesday and Wednesday will be dependent on votes. Thursday, we'll be right back here. We'll be back to classified information. You can throw some more Kirby games at me. You can throw Michael Jordan Chaos in the Windy City at me if you really want. And then we will proceed from there. Maybe we'll get to the Virtual Boy feature on Thursday. Maybe it'll be next Saturday. Who knows? And then next Friday, I don't know. Haven't decided, but we'll see. With all that said, chat, let's go find somebody to raid. Let's go see who's about. Fendi Chris was so kind and nice and considerate to raid us. Ooh, Bassy's doing a random stream of demos, maybe? Or just stuff? Things? I don't know. Looks, whoa, whatever the hell it is they're doing looks really cool. Let's go hang out with them. So yeah. Anyway, gang, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thank you for joining me for more adventures through the history, the storied history of Nintendo Power. Played some really cool stuff tonight. Had a really, really good time tonight. Might have even found another so bad it's good RPG to roast one day. But yeah. Super Turric 2 really surprised me. I was not expecting to like that as much as I did, but it is a solid, solid game. Anyway, thanks again for coming out. Hopefully, I will see you all on Monday for the continuation of our adorable adventures with Aisha. But until then, as always, y'all take care. Bye, everybody.